Okay, so here is the long-awaited time-lapse video of my Halloween costume from this year. What you can see me doing here is trimming the outside edge of a zipper. It's just a regular zipper. I'm using black, partly because a few years ago I purchased a 2-pack of black zippers, and this is what I had available. And as a result, I decided to wear black as part of my costume. So what you saw there was I was just placing the zipper, deciding what angle I wanted to have it on my face. And now I'm putting some Mayron liquid latex on the back of the zipper. Unfortunately, I only had zombie flesh colored liquid latex laying around. So I didn't want to purchase more regular flesh colored liquid latex just for this one costume. Last time I did this makeup look, I did not use liquid latex, and I do recommend that you do use liquid latex if you decide to give this a try. It allows you to move your face more naturally throughout the day. Whereas if you use another kind of glue adhesive, it will feel quite stiff just using your regular facial movements. So I'm using a Q-tip here to place the latex on my face, sort of going along the line where I decided to have the zipper. You can see that I'm holding the zipper sort of in a vertical way, just to sort of make it look like it's more open. That also makes it easier to place the color inside that space there. So I'm just holding it until it seems to take. It seems safe to move my hand away. It doesn't take very long for liquid latex to dry. And once I get to my hairline or my ear for the bottom part, then I just go ahead and snip off the remainder of the zipper. A little coffee sip there in the middle. And now you can see me just cleaning up some of the excess liquid latex. Very zombie-like. Here's David, my cat. Now I washed my face before I started applying the zipper with the liquid latex. And I did not put any moisturizer on because I didn't want that to affect the liquid latex. So what I did just now was put a little moisturizer on the parts of my face that's not covered by the zipper. And now I'm getting my white paint ready. I'm just using white face paint. A few years ago I purchased a rainbow colored eyeshadow palette, which I'm going to be using in this video for the purpose of doing this Halloween makeup look. But unfortunately, when I placed it on my skin color, the colors didn't show up. So I am painting that area of my face in white with the hopes of the eyeshadow showing up. I am not so organized to have the name of that eyeshadow right here with me, so I will link that in the description box. So I wasn't sure how well this would work painting with cream makeup over my eyelid. I was worried that it was going to end up creasing and looking funny throughout the day, but in the end it seemed to work out okay. Just using my hand here to try and dry it a little bit faster with my eye closed as long as possible. I started this makeup process at about 5 in the morning, and it took me about 2 hours. I think I could have easily taken more time and been more careful with it, but that's all the time that I had. So now I'm putting on some primer on the rest of my face. I didn't end up using any foundation for this makeup look. I just put on the primer, partly because I couldn't find my foundation at 5 in the morning, even though I tried to be organized and have most of my supplies ready the night before. I'm just going in with a brush to sort of get some primer up close by the zipper. I was hoping to color up some of the pigment of the zombie color liquid latex, but it didn't end up being effective at all. In the end, I don't think it was very noticeable. No one really commented on that, and I don't think that you could see it much in the pictures. Okay, so I'm going in with a little contour just on the right side of my face and on both sides for the bottom and the nose. And now adding some highlights. I like shimmery highlights, especially when the section inside the zipper is going to be more matte. I like to have the rest of my face, or the normal part of my face, sort of in contrast to that and quite shimmery. I'm just blending the contours and highlights now. Adding a little bit of color to my right cheek. I just realized I completely forgot to blend the contour on my nose. So going back and doing that. Trying to find an eyeliner that I like. I'm not sure. I maybe, in retrospect, would have done eyeliner on both eyes, but I decided in this moment to just do one. Adding the same color on my eyelid as I did on my cheek. And again, I will link that in the description box. It's one of my favorites. I added a little bit of mascara, and I am now going in on the other side to try and cover up any spots that are left with a white eyeliner. And here is the palette. So I started out with a paintbrush, a face paintbrush. And I regretted it pretty early on. It wasn't really connecting to my face. I think it was kind of like just sitting on top of my face. And I immediately got some of that eyeshadow on my nose. You can't see it very well in the video, but it was very obvious in person that my nose had turned red. Eventually, I realized it's just better to use my fingers or Q-tips moving forward. So now I've switched to the orange color, and I'm first trying to blend it in with the red that's already on there. The blending of the colors takes the most time. I did have a moment about yellow when I had regrets, and I kind of wish that I had just done the whole thing with rainbow paints instead of trying to use this powder. But I didn't have time to wipe it all off and start over again, so I just pushed through. In the end, I think it turned out okay. So pulling the yellow down a little bit there. That's the moment. That's the moment when I really just wanted to start over. I realized at this point it worked a bit better to do a solid line of the new color and then draw it up and draw it down from there. I think that also made it easier to start to balance out how much space each color was taking up. So here I am doing that with the blue, and drawing it up towards the green. And blending the blue and the green was a little bit tricky because the green is very, very light. I feel I could have done better with it, but again, time. This is another point where I would have slowed down a bit if I had the time to do so. Adding more of an indigo color there. And last I'll add a purple or violet and blend that in with the indigo. Now this last part that's coming up against my hairline is going to be mostly covered up once I put my wig on. But it was definitely still noticeable. I had multiple people throughout the day comment when they discovered that the colors went on under there. It was kind of like a little surprise. Oh, it does look like I did put a little bit of eyeliner on that side. Not as drastically as the other side. I think I'm having a drink again here. Okay. So I think I'm getting the wig ready at this point. I'm sorry, I'm not. I really prepared for this video. I'm getting out some lashes. I used these lashes last year, or 2 years ago also. They have a little purplish blue design on the top, which I think is really cute. I also didn't know where my tweezers were at 5 in the morning, so I'm trying my best to put these on with my fingers, which I also don't recommend. Yeah, it's very hard to get them in the right place. Adding a little lash glue there to put on the other eyelash. And during this recording, my phone wanted to save battery, so the actual video was not visible to me as I was doing it, so I'm kind of lucky that most of it showed up in frame. Okay, I went and grabbed a makeup wipe really quickly to get that red eyeshadow off of my nose. And I'm just sort of checking to make sure that I am happy. I don't know why, for some reason I tend to tilt my head when I'm trying to decide if I am happy. Okay, there goes the blue contact. And I think I'm thinking about whether or not I want to put one in the right side also, and I decided to put a sort of hazel light brown color on the right side. And now I'm getting out my wig. I have a few different wigs, but I really love using this white one with any rainbow color on my face. it makes a nice contrast and helps the colors just sort of pop, I think. Also, I just love the cut of this wig. And there we have it.